What's up, everyone? I'm Juan Pablo Gordon Camargo.
And I'm Rachel Dorada.
And this is Inside the Hashes Throwback Thursday, where we take a look back at players we've spoken to in the past and catch you up on where they are now. On today's episode, we're throwing it back to University of Iowa tight end Noah Fant.
Listed as number 2 on ESPN's list of tight end universities for 2020, Iowa has a reputation for producing talented tight ends. Some Hawkeye greats include George Kittle, Dallas Clark, and Scott Chandler. Fant left his own mark with the Hawkeyes, finishing his college career with 1,038 yards and 19 total touchdown receptions, the most ever scored by an Iowa tight end and the third best all-time in the Big Ten.
Fant had an impressive career at Iowa, breaking out his sophomore year in 2017. He led all tight ends with 16.5 yards per catch and 11 touchdowns on the year. Inside the Hashes had a chance to interview Fant following his sophomore year, where he not only talked about his biggest physical and mental strengths, but also on how he plans to uphold Iowa's tight end legacy in the 2018 season.
When watching your game, length, athleticism, they jump off the screen. What do you consider to be some of your biggest strengths on the field? That could be from a physical standpoint, that could be from a mental standpoint.
Yeah, as far as a physical standpoint, I rely on my speed a lot. I feel like that's one of my strengths that I have. Mentally, as far as that goes, I feel like one of my mental strengths, just kind of playing each down as a separate down. Trying to let other players carry over. Forgetting about mistakes, forgetting about good things that were done. How to make a special play here, and obviously pushing that to the back of my mind and focusing on the play now. So I feel like those are some big advantages that I had over this last season.
Obviously, Iowa has had a great tradition of producing tight ends. Dallas Clark, Scott Chandler, Brandon Myers, among a lot of others. What does that mean to you continue the standard for the school for the tight end position?
It means a lot for me. I don't want to be the end of that tradition or, stop that tradition from going. So, continue on, focus on improving and stuff like that so that I can be, mentioned among those great tight ends is something that's big for me. So, that's definitely a motivator for me also. So,
what are some individual and team goals you have for the 2018 season?
As far as individual goals, my only goal is to really just make sure I'm doing whatever our offense needs me to, whether that's catching passes or blocking in line or doing any of that stuff. My biggest thing is that it also kind of ties into my team. The team goals also is just I want to do whatever it takes to win more games and take not as many losses. So improving in that aspect, and obviously individually me doing whatever I can do to help the team. And if we have 11 guys doing that, then it'll be very likely for us to get more wins and less losses. So I feel like that's just the goal overall. To keep grinding and keep working and improve from each season. So like last year we had an 8-5 season, so the goal would be to have a better season than that. So just doing that and focusing on that and working hard for stuff. So
Fant's athleticism and performances as a Hawkeye really stood out to NFL scouts. He went on to become the 20th pick by the Denver Broncos in the 2019 NFL Draft.
Fant proved he was worthy of a first-round draft pick, catching 40 passes for 562 yards, setting Broncos rookie tight end records for both.
Expectations were high for Fant going into 2020, and so far he's lived up to them. Through the first 2 games of the 2020 season, Fant has 9 catches for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's on pace to finish the season with 72 catches for 1,104 yards and 16 total touchdowns.
Despite losing quarterback Drew Lock for a few weeks due to a shoulder injury, Fant can still produce, whether it's Jeff Driscoll or Blake Bortles throwing him the rock on Thursday night against the New York Jets.
This has been Inside the Hashes Throwback Thursday. I'm Juan Pablo Gordon Camargo.
And I'm Rachel Dorada. We'll see you next time.